Welcome back for another video. Today I want to share with you a little bit more about math in our homeschool. I want to share with you the curriculum that we will be using for my upcoming 8th and upcoming 10th grader in our homeschool. This is a math curriculum reveal and also a little bit of a review on the Dive homeschool math curriculum. This is a product that we started using in December and I absolutely love this product. I love this math curriculum. I love how it's changed things in our home in so many ways. That's what today's video is going to be all about. I will also be giving you like a brief rundown on their website and how things look for the student who is going into the program to use the program on a day-to-day basis. That's what today's video is going to be all about. If you are interested in our math curriculum for the 2022-2023 homeschool year for my two older boys, stay tuned to this video. So we have been using the same math curriculum for my two oldest boys for many years. Kind of been feeling with my oldest a nudge to change things up for a little while, and not just that feeling where like something shiny and new, let's change it up. Like there were just some things going on that I'm like, I think we probably need to look at some different options. And Dive from Shormann Math had been on my mind for a long time. I had seen it like last year before we even started homeschooling for the year. And I kind of tossed up the idea, but I'm like, it's really expensive if I'm just going to like throw out a whim here and maybe this is the one. Well, I finally, December of this last year, bit the bullet. We purchased Dive and it has been the best decision we've made in our homeschool for a very long time. This program has been incredible for my son. If you're looking for a math curriculum that is a little bit different, that is not something you have to teach, that is not teacher intensive, right? Because that's where I've gotten. My kids are older. My son is going to be in 10th grade. My middle child's going to be in 8th grade. I am moving on from the teacher-led instruction type math curriculum to something that's going to do that for me. I no longer am really honestly able to teach them what they're learning in math, especially my 10th grader. Like I remember I graduated high school, I went to public school, I graduated, like I could figure it out, but I didn't love math. Math has never been something I loved and I didn't thrive in math. So as a homeschool mom, I always was looking for something that would teach my boys for me, that would teach my boys math. And that is what we found with Dive from Shormann. And it has been an incredible option for our family. It has been, like I said, one of the best decisions that we've made in quite some time. The lessons vary from day to day. There are days that my son will be done within 25 to 30 minutes. There are days that my son might work 45 to 50 minutes. It totally depends on the day. With Shormann, it is a 4-day school week and he has a quiz on Friday. So that's perfect for us. That's perfect for our family. The quizzes are usually 4 questions, if that. They're not super intensive. They're not super elaborate. It's just going back over some of the things that they learned this previous week and maybe hitting on a few things from previous lessons as well. This curriculum has worked so well for my son. You guys, from one homeschool mama to another, like when you finally find something and it just sits well and it just feels well and you can take that deep like sigh of relief, that's it. That is this curriculum for my oldest right now. I have decided that for the 2023-2024 homeschool year, I'm going to be changing my middle child also. So he will be starting with the Dive Shormann Math in 8th grade. So that will be Pre Algebra. He will be starting Pre Algebra with Shormann, which I wish I would have done with my oldest. Now, obviously, I'm not a future teller. I don't know how it's going to go with my middle child, but I am hoping and praying that it goes just as well for him as the transition and the switch did for my high schooler. I really think we're ready for something different. When it comes to my youngest, I will share that in a future video, what we're going to be doing with him when I share all the curriculum things. But this is one that goes without saying that I don't really have to announce that anything's going to be changing drastically. It is very nice to finally have something that I feel such peace about using in our home. And I'm really hopeful and praying that this also is the outcome for my child who's going to be in 8th grade using it for pre-algebra. I really think it's going to set him up very well for things that he is going to be doing in his future. So it is something that's been great for our family. That's a little bit of a review plus an announcement of what we're going to do. I've loved the program. My son loves the program. The time he gets up at 7 o'clock in the morning and starts his math and completes it before 8 o'clock, we have breakfast, we continue on our day. Like this program, for whatever reason, has really sparked something inside him as far as independence goes. He loves being able to see, okay, there's 4 lessons this week and I have a quiz. He knows how to navigate the website all himself, which to me, initially, it kind of felt a little bit overwhelming. I was used to another program that was very, I don't want to say basic, but it was easy to maneuver. There's a lot of wording and a lot of typing and a lot of things, a lot of links and things on this website, in this math curriculum on their landing page that can be somewhat overwhelming. My child uses it every day and navigates it just fine and does it like a champion. It automatically grades just like what we've used in the past. It's what we're used to. He gets a score immediately. He's able to go back. If he's struggling with a concept, he can go back to a previous lesson. It will tell him what lesson it's found at. He can go back to that lesson, review, and come back and try that problem again. So I've talked enough. I want to show you guys now kind of what this looks like, kind of the back end of it to give you more of an idea, because it was something that I didn't really find a lot of on YouTube. There was tons of math curriculum reviews when it comes to homeschooling, but not so much on Dive. To give some of you maybe a little more insight into what this curriculum actually looks like on a day-to-day basis. So here is the homepage. Once you get logged in to your platform, the Shormann Algebra 1 with integrated geometry, this is what your homepage will look like. There are lots of things here on the first page that you come to. Some are for the students, some are for parents. There are helpful tips here. There are different things showing you how to get started, how to access and review the student grades and monitor their progress, special notes for the parents, the actual calculator that you need for this program, all kinds of important things. And also at the very bottom, there is a spot that you can click a link if you need to contact them for any reason whatsoever. And when you scroll all the way back up to the top, you'll see on the left-hand side, this is broken down into weeks. So each week has 4 lessons and then a quiz at the end. There are some that have only had 3 lessons, if I remember right. It kind of varies based on the week, but essentially 4 lessons and then a quiz at the end, those are typically just 4 questions, like a super, super simple quiz. And you will click on whatever week you are specifically working on. So I went ahead and jumped ahead a little bit because I wanted to show you this. You will see this is lesson 63. There is a reading assignment that lasts about 10 minutes. There are instructions for the reading assignments. There are rules and definitions and also flashcards. Those are not something we do on a regular basis because some of these terms are things that my son is already familiar with. So that's on a kind of need to know basis. I would encourage you to follow through with that with your children and see kind of where they're at with those flashcards and terms, because obviously that's going to play a huge part in their overall experience with this program, right? Like we need to know what the terms mean, what the concepts mean, and kind of become familiar with those. Then you have the lecture, which is part 2, generally 15 to 20 minutes. There's instructions for the lecture and note taking because they are very, very, very big into taking notes. They want you to take notes. Now you will look at part 3, which is the actual practice set. That is where they are going to begin answering the questions. So there are steps on an instruction sheet for every single question. Do lesson 63 practice set. So those are the problems. That's where your child will click when they are ready to actually work out the problems. And now with this specific program, they do not want you to redo any of the practice sets. They want you to go in and look at the problems that you missed at the very end once it's been submitted, and they want you to try and figure out and troubleshoot how to actually answer those correctly and make sure you understand the concepts before continuing to move on. And then the last thing I want to show you really quick is that you can log in the backside of this as well, of this program, and see the grade that your child got on each lesson and what their overall average is in their course as well. If you find this video helpful, please let me know in the comment section down below if you have any special requests, curriculum reviews, and all that kind of stuff, curriculum announcements. That will all be coming very soon. Stay tuned. Still making some final decisions over here, but we are moving through. We're getting there. Thank you so much for joining me today.